like, don't laugh at Trump. There's nothing funny about him. And it's like, no, but he is funny. Like it's, and I'm sorry that that's
funny.
Inconvenient politically,
right?
But like, it's hilarious to it. Like there's a darkness to it. And I'm always kind of like, oh, like this is horrible that this guy has so much power. But the other part of me is like, this is hilarious. And like, I guess what I'm saying is that we've said this before, that laughter is something, and is that it is sort of like a natural reaction that's hard to control. And the more you like, especially the more you like say that things are taboo or things are not to be laughed at, the more opportunity there is to laugh at them. And I still think it's also like I don't know. I'm thinking about growing up, Geoff. I mean, I grew up, one of my best friends, his brother, who's not with us anymore. He died when he was 31 years old, but he was significantly physically and intellectually disabled. And he called himself a retard and like had a very like sick sense of humor. I mean, he told like racist jokes all the time. He exaggerated his sort of his handicap so that he would like get jokes and laughs out of it. He loved when the rest of us would like make fun of and like do the like retard voice and stuff at it. And so like I grew up in that environment. And I think that I'm not the only one, that like grew up around a sort of like twisted engagement with people that are disabled. In other words, like it wasn't like a separate category of people somewhere, but actually people that were all sort of like engaging with together.
I guess that's what I was wondering if that was relatively newer, that it wasn't like we put you in a separate building with, I don't know the answer to that. But I also Bob had a great quote that's worth reading quickly in the book about all of that, and just kind of what that piece was. And he said, it's hard to write a comic piece about mentally handicapped adults, but I think we did it. We made it very clear that it was about a genuine phenomenon, which I think is kind of what we're saying, right?
Yes.
I believe something like the last 7 of 9 Oscars for Best Actor went to people who portrayed mentally slow, handicapped, or sickly characters. It's a good point. The easy way to garner respect is to choose subject matter which doesn't have to earn sympathy/value. It's just endowed with it. And I thought that was part of their deeper point, because that era was like Rain Man, that show with Corky, what was that guy? One with
Life
the one
Goes
day at a
On.
time, Life Goes On, whatever. All these like.
How about the people with Down syndrome on McDonald's commercials? Do you guys remember this?
Shit.
You're right.
Peter, you probably remember like being in middle school or high school saying like, "Welcome to McDonald's, can I help you?" Like that was like was a very, very like prominent feature of like boy culture.
I said that all the time.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I just like haven't thought about it since then.
And so it's weird because it was like they were like I guess it was like there's more visibility for people that are in this category, and so there's something positive going on in some way. To me, like I don't know, I regret being like the whatever like mean jokes I've made around people and being an asshole, but at the same time I'm sort of like, well, this is part. I now see part of a wider process of like whatever we call like ableism, disability culture that's changed a lot over the course of the last
getting to that
point.
Years. We were getting to that point, but also I think what they're mocking here is like the easy, hey, I made a movie where so and so, the great actor, acts retarded, I'm going to get an Oscar, or like the self-congratulatory, like, look, we put the disabled kid at the front, so we're good now. It reminds me of the like charities for other people bit, like Bob helping the blind guy. It's the same idea.
They're ahead of the curve on this, and they actually